Hi guys, in this lab I will demonstrate a Windows Server backup. Um, I will not show the online backup services, but we will see the normal online backup services. So for this purposes I'm using one of the server with the domain controller. We'll put all our files in the domain controller. So let's go to the server 1. We are on server 1. Let me log into the server. Let me log on to the DC as well. So on server 1, what we will do, we will add a role of Windows Server Backup. Windows Server Backup is actually not a role, it's a feature. But if you go on to the Tools menu, let's Server Manager start first so that we can see the options. So once it's loaded, you can see that in the Tools menu there is Windows Server Backup, but actually this Windows Server Backup is not installed. When you come here, when you go to the local backup, and this is not installed on this computer. So let's close this thing out. Let's go to the add roles and features, and we will install a feature of Windows Server Backup. Should be at the last. There it is, Windows Server Backup. Next, and we'll install it. So now you can see that the installation is completed. So this is the end of our first task that installing the feature, Windows Server Backup feature. The second task is to configure a schedule backup. For that we can go to the tools, open the Windows Server Backup, click on local backup. Okay, so we have it. So we have on our right side we have backup schedule, backup once, recover, configure performance. So we want to configure a schedule backup, so we will do backup schedule. So we'll go next. We want full server, recommended one, and the schedule is what time of the day you want to do that. Usually most of the backups in the organization was done in the night, so you can say like 1 a.m. in the morning, so nobody is at the office, and it doesn't matter if the server goes very slow while making the backup. So let's move forward. So now it's asking us where do you want to store the backup. So a backup to a hard disk that is dedicated for backups, which is recommended. Backup to a volume, or backup to a shared network folder. So we will do on the shared network folder. So let's move forward. When you use a remote share folder as the storage destination for scheduled backup, each backup will erase the previous backup and only the latest backup will be available. So that's okay. It's asking us for the location. The location is on the DC, so we will say London DC1 / backups. So this is the location where I want to save the backup. Now it's asking us to log in to that one, so let's try to log in as administrator and the password. So now it's allowed us. So as we are doing the full backup, so it's gonna do all files, bare metal recovery, local disk, system reserved, and system state. So it's gonna do everything. we can click finish here, and that is how you're gonna do the schedule backup setup. So the third task for today is to complete an on-demand backup. So for the on-demand backup, we will do backup once. So let's open this wizard and let's see what these options have. So we have backup. We can create a backup now using a schedule backup option or a different options. A schedule backup option is the option which we just saw that we can do in schedule. So in this one we will click different options and then we will click next. So now it's asking us what we want to do. We want to do the full server recommended or the custom one. So in this sense we will say we want the custom one. Now it wants us to know what we want to back up. So let's add items. So in the item fields we can see if we have something interesting here. We have many folders. So let's say we want to do a backup of financial data. So on C drive we are doing the backup for the financial data. We'll click OK. So now that folder is inside our selection. Then we will do next. Again it's asking us where you want to back it up. So we want to back it up on the remote shared folder. The location will be the same, London DC1 /backup. And access control is inherit or do not inherit, so it's better to have inheritance so that whoever has the access on the real one will have the access on the backup one. So we'll do next and then we'll do the backup. So now the backup is done. Let's close this window. We will see that the last backup was done, was successful. Any message you will see whether the backup is done properly or not. So in the next exercise, the exercise is for the restoring. So we already know now that how to backup the schedule one or how to do the backup once one. Let's recover some data now. So let's say we go to our C drive. And we have financial data here, the folder, financial data folder. What we can do here is we can delete this file. Let's say we deleted it. So the folder gone. We can close it. So the folder is gone. Now we need a backup of this folder. To restore, we can go to server backup, we'll do recover. And the recover one comes in. So it's asking us where the backup is stored. So as you know that we specified a remote server shared folder. So let's do a backup from another location. So it's a remote shared folder, and the remote shared folder is London DC1 /backup. So now it's asking which date the backup has been done. So we know that the date was the same. We did it today. So let's move forward. What you want to recover, file and folders or volumes. So in our case, it is volume, not a volume, because we did only a folder. So let's do for the folder. So there comes London server 1, and it will show us the financial data folder. So it has 2 text files. So that's what we want to recover. So we did financial data, and then we click next. Where you want to recover, with the original location or the another location. So we want it to another location, and the another location is // so actually we want it on the root, and then we will move forward. So now we are at the final stage. These 2 files are going to be recovered. Let's recover the files. So it's completed. If we close it, if we go to our C drive, we will see so it should have financial data. So you see that the financial data files are restored because we selected the files. If we go back, if we delete it here from here, let's say, and if we go back and we say restore again, but this time from the share folder, from LAN DC1 backup for today's date, files and folders. So local disk C, whatever is here, it will be recovered. So if you want to recover a folder, it's going to recover the folder for us. So if we do this and recover, so now it will recover the folder for us. So you have to be very precise about where you want and what you are recovering. So now if you go to our C drive, we will see we have financial data folder back. So that's it for the Windows backup and recovery option. Hope this is going to help you out in your study.